folks. I'm here at the property today. Actually didn't even pull up till about noon. I just figured laid around till about 10. By then I was bored to death. Messed up my wrist, so I really can't do a whole lot. I mean, my whole body always aches. I ain't kidding you. From my toes up into my neck. The only part that hardly ever hurts is my head. But look at all the sandstone and the flakes. This whole pad, just almost everywhere you can look, is covered with flake and material. And I do have some of it in piles where I bucketed it up and stuff, but I think I need to get my nephews over here, come around with a 5-gallon bucket and pick all this up. I'm about to give one of my nephews one of my older cases, because I've had some people give a few to me, and then I've got a couple of newer ones too, where I've rearranged everything. That there's a dirt pile we still gotta go through. It was so grass and nasty, we just piled it up and covered it with plastic so it'd kill most of the grass. But just look at all this flake. Just look, I've gone around and I've been looking at stuff just on the surface. That's basically all I was coming up here for. I actually thought I was gonna get here. It is like my big pile of rocks and big flakes and stuff. I gotta go through it more later. Just thought I'd come up here and just kind of like look and poke around, and boy, I found this tip right here. Actually found it right over there. And I've already cleaned this piece up. I'd come over here. Where's my hole at? Right there. Right there, you can see where I pulled it out of. Right there. And I pulled this out of there. Has ancient damage on the base. You can see all the mineral deposits on it. Would have been a little over 4 inches. Man, talk about a crying shame. It's still killer, but it could have been a killer. It's like some oolitic, I think, too. I don't think it's quartzite. Some quartzite will sparkle and some of it's real dull. Best way to tell the difference between oolitic and quartzite is oolitic, all the little bubbles, all the little spheres, all touch each other. Where quartzite, all those little spheres are embedded in a matrix, you know. They're not touching each other. So anywho, I'm walking around and I'm poking along, and I'm just poking at every little piece of flake I see, every piece of material that I can't tell if it's a flake or not, hoping that something might poke out. And I'm looking at all the piles, because I pulled that tip off of a pile, and that point of that pile over there, and this is where we had been pushing up some of these really, they're little scrag trees, but they don't get a whole lot bigger. And I look back here and I see this thing laying there. Look at that. Just laying there. Ain't that killer? That is a classic bottleneck Atlee right there. Ain't all the damage on it's old. Look at that. Looks like some material freeze popped off the side of it there. Huh. That's pretty awesome. So don't think any of that. It was never touched by us. That's the whole thing. All these piles are all old dirt that some guys didn't go through worth a damn. Not at all. And I'm glad. I'm glad. Thank you, Great Spirit.
Beautiful day, it's hot. How many buckets have we sifted?
Too many.
I'm calling him O'Reilly today. He's having a rough time there with that arm.
Can't use my left one for nothing.
But this is the first thing we have found all day.
Besides Brooks.
So my goodness, would you look at that?
Nice Melville.
Isn't that nice? Boy, if it just had that one ear on there, it's still nice. I'll take it and be happy.
Right, for the way our day's going.
Yeah, man.
Heck
Looking
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I hear this guy sometimes.
Look at this. I had my hand right here. I was flipping dirt, and that baby flipped right over my knuckles. Click, click, and there it went. That's a pretty good size one, too.
Yes, it is.
Isn't that nice? Got both the ears this time.
Nice Mahellville.
Look at that. Look how glossy that is.
Boy, it is, ain't it? That's
Yes, it is.
nice Jesse shirt.
Awesome possum. Thank you, Brooksy.
Yuppers. That was in the top of the pile fed up.
Oh.
I can't use my... Nah, look at that. See, that's the grass. So it was laying right in the top of the
3
pile.
inches, 2 inches down.
Right there.
Boom. Boom. Now that's a one-handed man there. Look at him. He's got to have 2 hands to hold up this camera.
Nope, we go like this all day.
Last sifting table.
Last tables. Finally had one.
Look at
A
that.
point come
Isn't that
out. I got
cool?
a nice adze over there.
It's got an Afton shape to him even.
Got like a little perforator tip on them.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty doggone nice.
Ain't
That's right.
he? Heck yeah.
Well, awesome.
About time.
It's
Now we
always
can be
nice.
done. We already had the bobcat parked away anyways. But anywho. In the chips.
And the chips.
We are in the chips. They're just chips everywhere. Chips and chunks.
You know how thirsty I am?
Well, I always like it when the birds get to make a lot of noise. They're all nesting, having babies. Yesterday, I laid around till about 10:30. This is terrible. And decided I'd take a little ride over there since I hadn't been over there for a while. And it had rained, heck, I don't know, 6, 7 inches. It rained a bunch. Found all these pieces poking out of the edge of piles where we hadn't got with the bob yet to put on the sifter. And when I seen this point sticking out, I mean, you seen it when I showed it to you, it still had dirt on it from there up. It was only showing about that much, and I did not expect to pull that out. And that base is all old damage. It's full of mineral deposits. That's a killer Atlee, that's for sure. Then this was laying there on where that sumac tree was, and this is a really cool blade, really cool Atlee knife. It's got a ton of wear edge on this upper edge right here, and then it's the same on this right here, but all this, nope, not there, nope. And it's even slightly ground on the base, which is really odd, of course, for that culture, but all this rough stuff was all a nasty inclusion inside. It's on both sides. So it took a really good, ancient, experienced age napper to whip a point out of that material. Then today, all kinds of broken parts and pieces. And broken fishtail sedalia bases, but that's why you find so many of them up there. I mean, if we had all of them together, and everyone from the adjoining property, there'd probably be 1,000 or more. I mean, Richard dug over 1,000 bases on the cucumber site. Broken drill, another thing that just so many from up there, so many drills, so many broken drills. There's a nice adze found today. And see, that's all dirt gone through by the previous people that had that place. And I mean, if I could show you the box, we just had 4 videos from 2018, and I probably have a 50-pound box of brokes that all came out of it, besides, you know, the other so many decent points we did find in it. Big crazy tip and all kinds of other pieces. And then this little dude right here, this little perforator, some real nice Just See chert. And look right in here, there's mineral deposits right in that little big old dip of a flake scar. So as to how that got like that, it's really hard to say. Practical sense would say that's happened when they was sharpening that thing into a little perforator point for whatever reason. But it's really hard to say. Them people lived around 5,000-6,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. Been around for a long time. It always makes me wonder how long it actually took all the mineral deposits from the vegetative material growing over them for thousands of years to actually adhere to them. Well, thanks for always coming along. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Hope everybody gets out and finds some killers. There's been a lot of killers being found lately. I ain't had a chance to comment on some videos. I've been watching them. Got some irises growing over there. And my little Cherokee purple tomato here. It's just now got its first bloom on there. I still got to go get me a Mr. Stripey and get it planted in my other tub. Alright. Later. Best wishes in all you do.